Now let's talk about benefits of the product. Okay, so this is something that sometimes people get a little bit confused on. So I'm going to go over this with you. So the people want a transformation when they buy your product or service. Think about that. Almost everything you sell, people are looking for some sort of transformation, something that saves them time, right? So now they're more efficient with their time because of your product. Something that makes something easier, right? Maybe you have a course that explains how to do something so they don't have to like research it themselves. Makes another product better. So I have an add-on to my Peloton bike that you can hold an iPad. That makes my Peloton bike more useful because I can hold an iPad on it. Or how about this? Makes them smarter or more educated. Maybe, once again, maybe you sell a course or a cohort where you're going to teach a skill or a service that you can do that makes their time smarter, better, easier. And then something that makes them seem rich, like maybe you sell a luxury good that makes them seem like they're very wealthy. So there's a million different transformations that you can get to people, and that's what they want from your product. So you have to explain the benefits of the product that people are going to get out of it, not just the features. So a feature would be like, we use JavaScript instead of Laravel in our code. Okay, to me, that doesn't mean anything. But if it just says you'll be able to book appointments 2 times faster, that's what I want. That's what I want as a customer. For example, this We Clone You service, it's us versus them. And it shows that you get pre-vetted and trained virtual assistants really quick rather than traditional hiring. Traditional hiring costs $4,000 something. They cost only $500. Traditional hiring requires hours of vetting, while they only require everything's pre-vetted, pre-trained, pre-held accountable. There's all these benefits to you as an employer versus using their service versus traditional hiring. So that's the benefit of the product. These are some Crayola ads from the 60s. And it says new Crayola 64 with the built-in sharpener, 64 crayons, 64 colors. It explains the benefit of the thing that you'll be able to just sharpen your Crayola whenever you want. Check this one out. This is before and after. So before that, you have this bad kind of Zoom setup and it looks very amateurish. And then after that, you have a very professional looking Zoom setup in the same room, same lighting, just like way better camera setup, and it looks a lot better. So that's great. Now, let's wrap this all up. We talked about social proof, descriptive image, different use cases, benefits of the product. Now, the last thing you need is CTA at the end. Sometimes you go on a page, you scroll to the bottom, and I don't know what to do at the end. See, this is a huge problem I see all the time. Imagine that I walked into a store, let's say Express for Men, right? A clothing store. And I say, hey, do you have any long sleeve clothes for me? And the guy just goes, yeah, it's over there. That's it. He didn't do a CTA. Instead, do you think that he would make more of a sale if he says, yeah, we totally do. I know all about all our long sleeve shirts. Let me take you to them and let me show you around. What are you looking for? And he basically leads me through the process to get me into a shirt that I like, try it on, and buy it. That's more likely going to lead to a sale. So a lot of people have a page and just leaves you hanging. It doesn't tell you what to do next. The whole point of having them look at that page is to get them to do an action, right? So we needed to get a CTA at the end, a call to action. So a lot of people don't do this, or they make another mistake. They tell people to do too many things. So if you tell me to do 6 different things on a page, I might not do any actually. So it's well known in the internet community that if you just have people do one thing, just one, click this, enter your email here, check out here, that you get more of action taken because it's only one choice to make. So tell them what to do and make it obvious and only pick one action. Everything we've talked about in this whole presentation leads up to taking an action. So this is often the most important thing. I see people leave this out of their emails, not their sales pages usually, but a lot of times about pages, all the blog posts. They just leave people hanging with nothing, no action to take. And so I want you to make sure that you're taking an action. So for example, here is a handwritten or handwriting looking flyer. And at the end, it has the person's name and a phone number to call. That is the action they want you to call. Or how about this one? What do you think the action over here for this Gino's Pizza Rolls is? Please write me for your free recipe booklet. My address on every box. Isn't that clever? That's actually a double action. So he wants you to write for a free recipe booklet, which people may want, this is back in the 70s, and the address to get it, you have to buy a box of these. So he's getting you to buy a box of these and then write. I really like this in an email, that there's a CTA at the end that if you want to save money on your ConvertKit subscription, click here and we'll take care of it and it'll bump you to an annual plan. If you notice, there is only one item to do. Click here and they'll add you to the annual plan. That's it. Beautiful example of this. And last but not least, a lot of times you can just have your pricing. So a lot of software companies will look like this. They'll have monthly or annual pricing. And you just have a pricing chart. It could be 1-tier price, 2-tier price, 3-tier price, whatever you want. And at the end, you're going to ask them for something to do.